So hey guys, the Gary O'Neill press conference has just taken place this afternoon at Molineux, and here are the main points from Gary O'Neill's press conference ahead of Wolves' Premier League game against Brentford on Saturday. First up was Wang Hean. Obviously, Wang got knocked out with his South Korea side in the semi-finals of the Asia Cup. He said Wang will be available for selection for the game against Brentford. He said he's given everyone a lift this morning as he returned to training. Obviously disappointed for Wang, who really wanted to win the trophy with his country, but he will be involved in the matchday squad against Brentford. He's also said it also gives him another fantastic option, whether he starts him or he's on the bench. Speaking about the new 5.5-year contract announced yesterday for Wolves defender Toto Gomez, who signed obviously that 5.5-year contract till 2029. Gary said it speaks volumes of what a great guy he is and the ability that he has. He said when he first came in, Totti was out of the side, but even then he was desperate to make an impression and an impact. So he trained in a way to get your attention. He's worked really hard and he deserves it. Talking about how Wolves have been scoring a lot more goals. Of course, Wolves have scored more goals already this season than they did in the whole of last season. He said his side are more organised and structured now, and that's why they're more efficient in front of goal. But he said that there's also opportunities for individual pieces of brilliance as well. And is also asked about the VAR report that came out saying that there have been 20 incorrect decisions this season. Gary says, I like VAR, but if it's going to stay, it needs to be better. He was also asked about the fan experience in the stadium, and that needs to be improved as well, he said. He was also mentioned about that blue card, but he didn't really want to comment on that. He did go on to say that the FA Cup game against West Bromwich Albion, it was nice to know that when you scored, it was definitely a goal and you could celebrate. Of course, Wolves coming off the back of that fantastic victory against Chelsea. Make sure you do check out all the other preview stuff that we're doing. Our full match preview with Magic Moss on the end screen. And of course, our interview, getting insight from Brentford fan Dave Lane from the Besotted Brentford podcast on the end screen as well. A must watch for both of those before the game tomorrow. If you prefer to listen on podcast, you can also listen to a couple of those on our Always Wolves podcast as well. Until the next one, make sure you do subscribe, hit the bell notifications and the like button if you've enjoyed this sort of content. And until then, Always Wolves.